Good evening. Senator Risa Hontiveros bears documents showing the possible link between Bamban Mayor Alice Guo and a Chinese national who is being surmised as the local official's biological mother. Senator Win Gatchalian earlier said Lin Wenyi is a Chinese national whom residents of Valenzuela could vouch to be the mayor's mother, as she was referred to as such when Guo's family lived in the city. On Thursday, May 30, Hontiveros shares with the media documents from the Bureau of Internal Revenue and Securities and Exchange Commission showing Mayor Alice Guo, her siblings Sheila and Siemen Guo, Father Jian Zhong Guo, and a certain Lin Wenyi as co-incorporators in at least 7 businesses. Hontiveros says knowing the identity of Mayor Guo's mother is crucial. If both the mayor's parents were actually Chinese, Hontiveros asks why Guo had to pretend and lie. According to Hontiveros, the BIR document also certified the birth dates and addresses of Guo's incorporators. Based on the BIR document, Lin Wenyi's birth year is 1971. Hontiveros says that if it is proven that Lin Wenyi is the real mother of Guo, then it would mean that she gave birth at the age of 15. She then questions if everything is just a fabrication by a Chinese syndicate being sanctioned by government officials. A Senate panel is probing into the identity of Guo after her name appeared in several documents of a Bamban-based Philippine offshore gaming operator raided by authorities in March over alleged human smuggling, among others. Guo has repeatedly denied being a spy of China and having ties with the Pogo. She also said she was a love child of her father with their house helper, citing a copy of an official birth certificate showing that the name of her mother is Amelia Leal. The Senate will hold an executive session regarding issues surrounding Bamban Mayor Alice Guo on June 5. This according to Senator Risa Hontiveros, who is leading the investigation into the illegal activities of Philippine offshore gaming operators in Bamban, Tarlac. In a radio interview, Hontiveros says the Senate invited several resource persons from government agencies, especially those from intelligence offices. According to Hontiveros, among those invited to the executive session are representatives from the Department of Justice, Bureau of Internal Revenue, and the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation. Aside from possible money laundering, Hontiveros says the Senate panel will look into the possible angle of espionage, citing possible surveillance activities and hacking of government websites allegedly coming from Bamban. She adds that they are investigating if Pogos and Bamban are giving way to such illegal activities, also citing Mayor Guo's possible liability in the issue. Hontiveros says another public hearing will be held after the executive session. For her part, Guo has denied being a Chinese spy and her supposed links to illegal Pogo activities. However, lawmakers continue to call out Guo for her inconsistent statements. Senator Lauren Legarda says the issues surrounding Bamban Mayor Alice Guo are not only a serious national concern, but could also be what she calls a creeping invasion. Guo has been at the center of a Senate panel probe after her name was linked to a Philippine offshore gaming operator raided by authorities earlier this year. Legarda was among those who grilled Guo during last week's hearing of the Senate Committee on Women, Children, Family Relations, and Gender Equality. For Legarda, the issues surrounding the Bamban mayor concern national security.
It could be a creeping invasion. Kasi tipin natin na hindi naman magagaling na sa karagatan o sa ere ang mga invasion ngayon. It could be cultural, economic, and this time it's political. So, napaka-seryosong issue ng national security ang ating sinisiyasat dito at hindi dapat pabayaan lang hearing na walang katapusan. It's every inch a very serious national security concern.
The senator fears that foreign criminals might have already infiltrated some agencies and other areas of national security. The possibility that Guo could be a Chinese spy or asset was earlier floated by Senator Risa Hontiveros, who is leading the probe as head of the Committee on Women. Legarda denies that the investigation are an attack against China, but emphasizes the need for the probe.
Kaya dapat talaga, tignan natin saan ba nanggaling ito sa pagpeke ng mga birth certificate at mga dokumento ng mga government agencies. Kaya ang posibleng taong dayuhan ay magiging Pilipino at magiging politikado para mahalal ng mga Pilipino. Kaya dapat talaga
The Department of Justice says completion of the case against China for environmental damage in the West Philippine Sea may be in a few weeks. DOJ spokesperson Assistant Secretary Miko Clavano says that their coordination with the Office of the Solicitor General is ongoing as they make the environmental complaint against China solid.
Kailangan ho natin mapatibayan ang lahat ng ebidensya na kailangan i-attach sa ating complaint. Although confident naman po tayo na in a few weeks ay mabuo na yung ating complaint at yung mga attachments na ebidensya. So hopefully po with the help of the Office of the Solicitor General, we will be able to file an environmental case against China.
Talks about filing an environmental case against China have been ongoing since 2023, as Beijing's action in the West Philippine Sea have long damaged the area's marine biodiversity. Authorities say China's intrusion in the West Philippine Sea has led to the destruction of an estimated 2,000 hectares of coral reefs. The 2016 arbitral ruling invalidates China's sweeping claim over most of the South China Sea, upholding the Philippine sovereignty in the West Philippine Sea. The landmark decision also acknowledged the severe harm China has caused to coral reefs in the area. The Philippine National Police is eyeing to file 2 more cases against the suspect in the road rage in Makati City that resulted in the fatal shooting of a stay-in driver. On top of a murder complaint, PNP spokesperson Colonel Jean Fajardo says the suspect, Gerard Raymond Yu, may face a charge for violation of Republic Act 4136 or the Land Transportation and Traffic Code for switching the plates of his vehicle. He may also be charged for violation of Republic Act 10591 or the Comprehensive Firearms and Ammunition Regulation Act. The PNP official believes that Yu is the person behind the killing, citing the results of the paraffin test and ballistic examination. Results show that Yu tested positive for gunpowder from the confiscated firearms, which matched with the recovered fired cartridge at the scene of the shooting. According to Fajardo, the cases will be filed in Makati, where the shooting occurred. But when asked if police had already talked with the suspect or if he had already given information relevant to the case, Fajardo says the suspect preferred to keep a mum on the matter amid the ongoing investigation. 65-year-old driver Aniceto Mateo was shot to death along the southbound lane of the EDSA Ayala Tunnel in Makati on May 28 around 2:30 p.m. Commission on Elections Chair George Garcia is encouraging a law that would regulate the social media accounts of all candidates during the campaign period. According to Garcia, social media is the only sector COMELEC has no regulatory powers over during a campaign season. This includes the contents candidates or their administrators publish and the cost that candidates pay to maintain or operate social media pages. Garcia emphasizes that the law should only cover social media pages of election candidates and not the general public, since it would intrude on the freedom of expression of the people. He asserts that politicians automatically submit themselves to regulation when they file their election candidacy. The COMELEC chair says his recent call to prohibit artificial intelligence sets a good starting point in allowing the poll body to regulate social media during the campaign period. The Highway Patrol Group arrested 2 MMDA personnel who were escorting Senator Francis Tolentino in Parañaque City for their unauthorized use of the police badge. Highway Patrol Group Director Colonel Neil Francia says the 2 escorts were assigned to the MMDA's Traffic Aid Unit and were allowed to provide security to Tolentino. According to Francia, the motorcycles of the 2 MMDA staff were caught publicly and improperly using the insignia police and a master rider's badge. He identifies the 2 as Teofilo Labsan Padilla and Jonathan Alames Pacle. Based on the Highway Patrol Group's report, the MMDA escorts were flagged down along JW Diokno Avenue, corner Asiana Avenue on Wednesday, May 29, after operatives noticed they were using sirens, which violates Presidential Decree 96 and Joint Administrative Order 2014-01. Operatives then asked the two MMDA personnel regarding police markings on their motorcycles, but both refused to divulge any information. Francia says the arrested MMDA escorts are currently placed under the custody of the Regional Highway Patrol Unit, National Capital Region Investigation Branch for violating Article 177, usurpation of authority, and Article 179, illegal use of uniform or insignia of the revised Penal Code. He also says Padilla and Pacle will be brought before the City Prosecutor's Office for inquest proceedings, while the motorcycles are temporarily impounded or further investigation and validation. Here's the latest roundup of today's top stories. Senator Risa Hontiveros bears documents showing possible link between Bamban Mayor Alice Guo and a Chinese national who is being surmised as her biological mother. DOJ says completion of environmental case against China may be in a few weeks. And PNP eyes 2 more cases against suspect in Makati road rage. These are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.